not saying they're not important, but they're not as important because connection.
Correct. And the other thing I would say here with regard to emotion, and this is another critical thing that a lot of sales reps miss, is you want to put the customer, the prospect, in the position of imagining what it's like to own your product or service. They need to imagine that. They need to think about that. So you need to say statements like, imagine what it would be like to be running this software and have a 30% better margin next year. Have them think about that, not just tell them you're going to have a 30% better margin next year. That's not emotional. That's just a fact. But imagine what it would be like when you're sitting at your computer, Carson, and you've got 30% more revenue than you had this year. Think of those numbers, Carson, and you'd be like, wow, that's wow. And now it becomes, that's emotional. Now they want your product. So once you put a person in a position to imagine what it's like to own it, it's easier to sell it.
I love again, the way that these foundational fundamental pieces transcend industry and can be applied anywhere. Alan, I want to hear more about, I want to talk a little bit about your book and branding.